Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome. It's DVD and Blu-ray update time. I got a huge stack this time compared to last time. I mean, look at this stack. Got a huge freaking stack, and I'm gonna show all of you guys what I got over the past month. Yeah, this was a lot of stuff. I'm glad I got all this stuff. I wouldn't have been able to get this stuff without, thanks to the dollar stores and also, the stores that are open right now during the pandemic. So, yeah, physical media lives. That's what I'm going to call this one. May 2021, physical media lives, because I always say DVD or Blu-ray update, but I'll just put that in the description. Yeah, these didn't cost me much. The most expensive thing I got was probably $5, and that was a film that I've seen before. So let's start with this one that I got at the dollar store. It's a Christmas movie. I'm not going to see it till July, with Natasha Henstridge and Brian Krause, The Christmas Switch. Yeah, he's about to get into the Christmas spirit the hard way. Yeah, I've never seen this before. Um, I don't think this is a Hallmark movie, right? Let me see. No, this is Crown Pictures, so this is not a Hallmark movie, Josh. In case you want to know, I've never heard of it. It was on Ion, which is I think on Ion or something like that, and it's I've heard mixed things. It's only about 89 minutes long, so I'm going to watch this in Christmas in July, and I'll probably review it because I usually review or watch Christmas movies in July. Not everything, but I can mix things up this year, just like last year. Next, I got this one for $5. This is the most expensive thing I got. Everything else was like $1, or I got on Amazon. This is the original Chitty Chitty Bang 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 from 1963, I think. Hold on. Need a flashlight. This is the special edition. There's only a sing along in it. Uh, 1968. Yeah, this is a couple of years after Mary Poppins. It basically is Mary Poppins with a car that can fly. Because the actress that they got Dick Van Dyke back, and this is him in his prime, and he doesn't have an accent this time. And you have what's her face, Sally Ann Howes as the lead female, and she dresses like Mary Poppins, and she even sounds like her. She's not as good as Julie Andrews, but I still think it's a whimsical, cute movie with a lot of heart. And the movie's way too long, though. If I ever review this movie, I'm going to say that it's too freaking long. This movie is 2 hours and 25 minutes. This is as long as Wonder Woman 84. It does not need to be that long. The second half of this movie could have been cut entirely or reduced to like 5 minutes because the movie's supposed to be whimsical and colorful and family friendly, and then the second half becomes something that you don't expect. But I'll get to that eventually when I review it. Not this month, though. This month is going to be movies from the 2020s that I missed from 2020, not from this year so far. Next, I got this old school movie from 1948, one of the most desirable brunettes I've ever seen, Dorothy Lamour in Lulu Bell. Yeah, it's one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen in an old movie. There was something about the way she looked at a man that rang her bells. Oh, ain't that the truth, man? She was in all those road movies with Bing Crosby and Bob Hope. Such a beautiful actress. 87 minutes long. It's a black and white movie. Yes, I watched those. My aunt passed away a long time ago, and I want to keep her spirit alive by watching old movies from the past like 100 or so years, where they're black and white films. They had a different way of talking, and they were made for their time. So if there was something racist in a movie like this, I don't know what to tell you because it was made at a different time. Gossip always followed Lulu Bell. Yeah, this is the back. See, old school is cool. Without these black and white movies, we wouldn't have any of the movies in color now, or talkies for that matter. Next, I got this fun little kids movie. The first one is good. The second one is nuts, and it's not worth your time. Hoodwinked. Yeah, the low budget version of Shrek, basically. If you took the fairy tale characters and you put a spin on it and, see their side of the story, it's very funny. You have Anne Hathaway as Red. You have Glenn Close as the granny. You have Patrick Warburton. He's hilarious as the wolf, big bad wolf. Exhibit is Chief Grizzly, playing a white guy. It was a different time. Jim Belushi as the woodsman. Anthony Anderson as the coked up squirrel. Detective Stork, and then you have David Ogden Stiers as the frog. Yeah. So it's a funny movie. I haven't seen this movie in years. It's very cute. It's a PG movie, so you can show this to your kids. It won't offend them. Especially nowadays where kids can stream a cartoon that's not meant for kids. These are definitely not for kids, most of these. I got a bunch of DC stuff. Yes. For anybody that says I'm a DC hater, take a look at this stack and tell me if I am one, because I'm not. I enjoyed their animated stuff, and this is a couple of them. This is not for kids, so don't show this to your children. This is Suicide Squad, El to Pay. Yes, this is a adult animated movie. Basically, you take the Suicide Squad movie that they pussified in 2016, and you put an R rating on it for strong, bloody violence, sexual content, brief nudity, and some drug it has Harley Quinn. Of course, it's going to have nudity in it. I mean, she practically takes her clothes off for Joker in every episode that she can, and in the of the animated series. They don't show nudity, but she basically is throwing herself at him. And Joker's not in this movie. This is not a Joker movie. She's by herself in this one. Um, I've heard good things, mixed things, but as long as it's not the 2016 movie with that god awful CGI and the PG-13 rating, I think I'll live. And it's shorter. It's only like 75 minutes, 86 minutes, basically 75 without the end credits. Here's another one that's PG-13, so it's still not for children. Teen Titans: The Judas Contract. Yes, I've also heard good things about this one. I've enjoyed the Teen Titans, the 2003 show. At least this is not as stupid as the Teen Titans Go TV show. This has a different voice cast than the ones from the TV show. It's got Miguel Ferrer in his last role, voice acting role. May he rest in peace. I miss him a lot. He's Deathstroke. Yeah. And Christina Ricci's in it, a bunch of people. It's only 84 minutes, so this should be a breeze to get through. See, I like to get these, and I got all of these for $1, which was a great deal. This is good. This is the animated movie of this beloved character, Green Lantern. Yes, First Flight, the better version of the 2011 movie. It's animated. It's got a better cast. You have a bunch of Canadians in it. You have Victor Garber and Trisha Helfer and Christopher Maloney. Yeah, really good actors. In the other movie, it's Nathan Fillion as the voice of the Green Lantern. This is only 77 minutes. It's short. It doesn't drag ass. It has a better looking suit than the 2011 movie. While I don't think it's the worst movie ever made, it could have been a lot better, guys. This is how you do it. Because this is a beloved character. DC has not done a film from for 10 years in the theater. And now that we've come to a point with comic book movies that there is no more excuses for Marvel or for DC or anyone. Embrace the comics. Do practical suits. Get good actors to play them. They just cast a new actor to play, I think it's Guy Gardner's Green Lantern. And I think he'll do fine. As long as he has a good script, it can't be any worse than what we got in 2011 with that god awful CGI suit. Because that's the worst effect in that movie. Other than when he dreams up with his ring and the aliens looked fine in that movie. It was that god awful suit. Green Captain Marvel already proved 2 years ago you can make a kick-ass movie with a air pilot and have a practical suits that I can actually see. WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier had amazing costumes. Embrace the source material. No matter how silly it is, if you embrace it and you do it for the fans, they will come in droves. Ask the people, the billions of people that went to go see Endgame multiple times because it embraced everything about the comics. There were some liberties. I mean, the movie is 3 hours, but that's beside the point. The point is, if you can do it right, people will enjoy it. Whether you're a comic book fan or not, just do it. Do it right. This is the last DC movie I got, not the last one I'll ever get. This is another one that's more adult because they took the animated series and put like an adult spin on it. Batman and Harley Quinn. Yeah, this one does not have the voice of Tara Strong. You have Melissa Rauch, the cute blondie with the squeaky little voice from Big Bang Theory. Yeah, I heard her voice is a little bit grating, but after hearing Tara Strong's voice as Harley Quinn, yeah, as long as it's not Hot Topic version, this is the version that I prefer. Red and black. I don't like the blue and pink version that they have with the shorts and having wanting to do Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy is in this movie, but as long as they're not like I'm fine. Okay, I'm fine. But but she was bisexual in the comics. I don't care. I think her sexuality has nothing to do with how good a character is. In the animated series, she never ever kissed a girl because it was for children. Birds of Prey, I don't even think she does that. She just has a wink and a nudge because that's for it's fan service. But to me, Harley is fine when she's with the Joker. Sometimes she could stand on her own, but we'll see how this is. Can't be any worse than Birds of Prey. 74 minutes long. That movie was almost 2 hours. Now we got the Blu-rays. Yes, I got Blu-rays this time. Whoa. And they're pretty good ones. Some of them I've seen, and some of them I have not seen. I got some classics here too. Um, First, you got this movie. I got this because the lead actress, I'm in love with her, guys. I saw her in Bumblebee, and I never looked back. She's one of the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. Her gorgeous dark hair and that Asian face and that beautiful skin, and just, she's so yummy. Haley Steinfeld in Romeo and Juliet. This is a more updated version of the classic uh, Shakespearean play slash story, and it also has a bunch of Brits in it because it's a Shakespeare play. Douglas Booth, never heard of him. You have Cody Smith McPhee, he's from Australia. Paul Giamatti, and I know what happens at the end, guys. I did the play when I was in junior high. I know they both die. It's Romeo and Juliet. Sometimes they don't die. Like in Pizza My Heart, it's an adaptation of Romeo and Juliet, but it's way lighter and no one dies. Both the pizza places burn down, but no one dies. So that's a good version, without it being, the same thing. But the love story is really powerful, and Haley can act. She got an Oscar nomination 10 years ago for True Grit and was earned. And she was a little girl then. She was like 13 or 14 years old. And now she's 24 and absolutely gorgeous. Like her, Caitlin Deaver, I marry either one of them in a heartbeat, guys. They're so luscious. They're so precious. They're so beautiful. And they're so feminine, which is how I wouldn't have it any other way. Enough said. Next, I got this one. It's kind of like a Tarantino slash Robert Rodriguez hybrid, if you will. This came out a year after the Grindhouse. Hell Ride. Yeah, I've never seen this. I want to see it at least once. It has a bunch of actors that are no longer with us. Dennis Hopper and David Carradine. I miss them a lot. You also have Michael Madsen, Larry Bishop, Eric Balfour. I like him. And you have a couple actors I don't like, Vinnie Jones, Lenore Varela, but that's beside the point. I still want to see this. It's short too. A lot of these movies are short. There's one movie I have that's almost 3 hours though, but I'll get to that. This is 80 something minutes, 83 minutes, so it should be a breeze. Next, this is the longest movie I have in my that I just got. It's one of the it's the highest rated western on IMDb. Considered the greatest Sergio Leone movie. The one considered the best movie with Clint Eastwood. That in his prime, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I finally got it. Now I have no more excuses not to watch it. This is considered a classic, one of the greatest westerns ever made, and it is 2 hours and 57 minutes. Well, it says an hour, 179 minutes. 1 minute short of being 3 hours. So yeah, it is still shorter than the Justice League Snyder cut. Mercifully, this is on DVD as well, so I can watch the DVD. I've heard great things, guys. I heard it's one of the greatest movies of all time. Well, we'll see when I see it. But I'm gonna probably complain that it's way too long because anything past 2.5 hours sometimes it gets a little grating if it's not a comic book movie. But hey, it's from the '60s. Maybe it'll be so visually stunning and well acted I can get into it. This one was not so beloved, but my friend Josh likes it. I'm gonna give it a shot. The Mortal Engines. I finally got it on Blu-ray. This was $3.99 at Best Buy. They had one copy, so I had to snag it up. It's got a foreign cast, but what can I do? I mean, it's a Peter Jackson production. You got this girl, Hera Helmer. She should definitely get a comic book movie eventually or show. You have Robert Sheehan. He was in that god awful Mortal Instruments. Hugo Weaving from Lord of the Rings. Jahai, I don't know who that is. Patrick Malad and Stephen Lang, probably the only American actor in this movie because he was in Avatar. I don't really know about this. I have no idea if this is going to be any good. Maybe it'll be visually stunning. It's 2 hours and 20 something minutes. It's 2 hours and 8 minutes. Shorter than The Force Awakens, so maybe I'll get through it. And I have to see this before Dune. So we have that. Next, this is the first one in the franchise. I really enjoyed this movie. It's just a little long, and some of the cast I don't care about. I know I've said that a lot, but it's up to me, guys. If I don't care about the cast, then what do I have? I do care about the lead though, and that is Tom Cruise. Hell yeah, and Jack Reacher. Hell yeah, the first one. A thrilling film. It's pretty thrilling. Cruise may not be tall, but he can act, and he fights really, really well in this film. Not as good as the Mission Impossible films, but it is better than two. Um, the film is 2 hours and 10 minutes. I think that's a little bit too long. I think you could have cut 10 or 15 minutes of the running time. It would be much breezier. This is almost as long as Fallout, and I think Fallout is better because even though Vanessa can't act in the movie and it's not needed, the action is amazing. This is good. This is Macquarie's first collaboration with Tom Cruise, and he did a good job directing the first Jack Reacher. Hopefully, I'll get the second one. It came out in 2012. It was a long time ago. Uh, yeah, Macquarie wrote and directed this, and he did a great job. All things considered, even though some of the cast members I don't really like to stomach too much. But anyway, that it is what it is. Last but not least, I got this Marvel movie. I finally completed the trilogy. It is finally mine. I'm glad that I got this film because I was waiting so long for it. It's not the best sequel in the MCU, but it's a movie that I enjoyed in the theater, and it introduced us to Scarlett Johansson as the Black Widow. So before we get this new movie, this is what we got. It didn't come with a digital copy, but that's okay. I don't really care because I have it on Disney Plus. Iron Man 2. I finally got it in my collection. Yep. Phase 1 right there. I really enjoyed this movie. It's one of my favorites of 2010, along with The Expendables. I love Scarlett Johansson. I love looking at her. I love seeing her kick ass. I love her flipping men. I love the way she just embraces the character. And what we got in Avengers was even better. And now that we're getting her, finally getting her film, I'm very excited about it. This movie is not perfect, but it still makes me laugh. Robert is still great in the role. I like Gwyneth Paltrow. I like Don Cheadle more than Terrence Howard in the first one. I like seeing Jon Favreau there because he created Mandalorian. The effects are good. The action when it's there, it's good. Yeah, it's a lot of Easter eggs for the Avengers. I get it, guys. It was the first MCU sequel, so cut it some slack. I mean, it was made like a few years after the writer's strike, so you can't exactly blame it. It was a quickie production for a sequel, but it's still better than New Mutants. It's still better than Dark Phoenix. It's still better than Venom, easily. It's still better than half of the freaking movies that DC has done. I'd rather watch this any day over Man of Steel or Suicide Squad. It's shorter than the Snyder Cut. It's shorter than freaking BVS. It's shorter than um, Aquaman, even though I really enjoyed that. But like I said, it's more like Shazam, but not as comedic as Shazam. That was way funnier, and also the villain is kind of weak here. But I really enjoyed this film, and the fact that I still like it better than three because three, the supporting cast really hurts the movie, and that twist was not good. Thankfully, Shang-Chi will rectify that. So we will have redemption for that character of the Mandarin because of what they did in the third movie was inexcusable. Marvel can never pull that again. They can't do like, oh yeah, by the way, Thanos was not the one that snapped the Avengers in Infinity War. It was actually Galactus or something. No, that wouldn't make any sense. You can't retcon something that's important. But hopefully, I'm going to watch this again. I want to do a commentary for it eventually, but not right now because I have a lot on my plate for May. Got a lot of live commentaries coming up starting next week. So this is a good movie. I don't care what anyone says. And that's my stack, guys. Got a ton of Blu-rays. Got a ton of DVDs. Some of these I'm going to rewatch because it's been years. And with the Blu-rays and the DVDs, and I'm very happy with my purchases. See, physical media will live on as long as you keep collecting. Just get something that you like, embrace it, and take it home with you. If you can, buy it at a dollar store, thrift store, Target, or Best Buy, or Walmart, go for it, guys, because these aren't going to be around forever. And I rather have these things because when the internet's out, I have another way of seeing films, and it always It never fails me. I'd rather have movies that I can watch with electricity than have nothing to watch when their internet's down. Just saying, because it's happened before. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm so happy I did this update. It's May. April is gone. We're gonna get warm weather real soon. Thanks for watching my channel and supporting me. All your kind words have really helped me through this time because this was a hard year for me so far in the past 4 months. But I'm here and I'm here to stay. Thanks for watching. See ya in the next video.